I am so sorry I'm late with this review. What is up everyone, Movie Wayne back again with another review, and this is going to be for the movie Bill and Ted Face the Music, and it's directed by Dean Parisot, starring Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter. So this second sequel tells the story of Bill and Ted, who have to travel on an adventure through time in order to record the greatest song ever made and reunite the world. Now, I watched the first two movies just to refresh my memory before going to see this one, and what struck me more than anything straight away was the ability of Reeves and Winter to just jump straight back into these roles. It's been over 25 years and it was like they'd never been away. It was just like the Bill and Ted from the other two movies, exactly the same apart from looking a little bit older. Some actors might struggle to do that, especially after a long hiatus from playing a certain role, but not these two. The Bill and Ted that we love were back. Now, if you thought the plots of the first two movies were a bit outrageous, then you're going to get that as well here. It's all on the same level, basically. There's time periods happening all over the place, there's visits to hell, and there's Bill and Ted facing off against their future and former selves quite often. What I like though, even though this storyline is all over the place, it never ever felt confusing to me, and it was quite easy for the audience to follow. Well, it was for me anyway. And as dumb and as crazy and as mind-boggling as it is, it somehow works. I don't know how, but it just does. I must admit, when I watched the first two Bill and Ted movies, I felt like they were a little bit dated. Of course, they wouldn't have felt like that at the time of their release, but I'm glad that this second sequel has, moved with the times and kept it more modernised while using the same formula. When you think about it, it had all the makings to be a terrible movie, but it captured the magic and fun of the first two movies. It's a new sequel for a new age. Another good thing that this movie has going for it is that there are two separate adventures here. You got Bill and Ted's daughters doing their own little thing, because they have to go back in time to find some of the greatest musicians the world has ever seen to help Bill and Ted record this song to save the world. And it was just a joy to see Samara Weaving and Bridget Lundy Page act like this female version of Bill and Ted. They talk like them, they act like them, they have all the mannerisms, and it was quite a joy to watch. It was a welcome addition to the movie. Talking of characters, I don't quite remember seeing this many wacky characters in one movie. They're everywhere. There's just death making a return, there's people from the past and the future just popping up out of nowhere, and there's this villainous robot who's out to kill Bill and Ted, and he's absolutely hilarious, and he steals most of the movie's funniest moments. Of course, we do have our main protagonists as well, Bill and Ted. And on paper, if you describe these two characters to someone, they should be quite annoying when you think about it, when you come out with all the catchphrases they have and the way they act, but they just never are. Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter just make them so lovable, and you just get behind them. And there's so many moments where they're playing their future selves, whether it's in 5 years' time or in 40 years' time, where they're sort of like on the deathbed as these older guys dying in hospital and stuff. But there's one moment where they go to the future and they've got these posh English accents, and they explain why they've got them and stuff, but it was just so funny to see Bill and Ted acting with these English accents. It was hilarious, but it was one of my favourite moments in the movie, and I love the way you're seeing them play so many different roles of the same character. There are some really laugh out loud moments here too. I mean, like I said, the robot steals most of the one-liners and stuff and has most of the funny moments, but there's plenty to go around, and you will be watching this movie with a smile on your face most of the time. One thing I think this film could have improved on though was some of the time periods. What I mean by that is Bill and Ted's daughter are travelling to the past. They go to the 1960s, the 1700s, and even the Stone Age at one point. But we're there for about a minute and no longer until they pick up the musician they need and then get back. And if the movie is only 90 minutes long, I just feel like they could have stretched these parts a little bit and added maybe like 10 more minutes onto the runtime there. I also don't know if this movie is actually going to be for everyone. If you don't like over-the-top, dumbass movies with crazy plots, then this one might not be for you. But I would definitely test yourself with the first two films to see if this is your sort of thing. Now, this isn't going to get any Film of the Year awards, but Bill and Ted Face the Music just asks you to have a fun time with it, and that's exactly what I did. I just went in and didn't think too much about the film and just enjoyed myself, and that's what most people will do with this film, I feel. Now I'm just going to go ahead and rate this movie now. I'm going to give Bill and Ted Face the Music a 7.5 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed this one more than Bogus Journey, to be honest. Okay, I always like to end these reviews with a little fun fact. Now, the fun fact for Bill and Ted Face the Music is that this is Alex Winter's first non-cameo role since a movie called Freaks in 1993. Can you believe that? He even took acting lessons to prepare for the role, as he hadn't done it in such a long time. Okay guys, I hope you all enjoyed this review. If you want to subscribe, I've got a lot more reviews coming, it's up to yourself, lots more videos, and if you want to comment about Bill and Ted or any of the other Bill and Ted movies, please leave it down below. I will reply to every single one of you, I promise. Take it all easy guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.